everybody, 3 Drinks Down. I'm Nate.
I'm James.
And today we have a special edition tiebreaker. Buffalo Trace, batch versus barrel, Stagg round 2. Fight!
All right, so as many of you probably know, since I'm assuming you've watched the video, and if you haven't, we'll wait. Okay, we're back. Awesome. Did you enjoy the video? Of course you did. So today, because we're tied, which we did not plan, I promise, did not plan, we decided what's the best way we can break this tiebreaker while remaining true to what we were trying to do in the first place. And well, we decided, let's get the best batch, supposedly, of Stagg Jr. that we can, which is unanimously batch 12 by everyone out there, and then put it up to a pretty impressive store pick by our standards.
So we did handpick these.
Yes.
Point being, the other ones we were just going with whatever we get our hands on, we happen to have. We didn't necessarily go and tailor it. This one we tailored. We said, let's grab the best supposed batch, although some people have some feelings on that. A lot of people say it's among the best. And yes, James is very partial to this pick. I trust his palate. Let's go.
Batch 12 versus Luekens Stagg Jr. The proofs are actually really close as well. 132.3 for batch 12, 132.7 for Luekens, which is going to make this very interesting.
But before we jump into that, we would love it if you would possibly click that like button, leave us a comment below about what your favorite regular Stagg batch is, and click that subscribe button. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, so let's get into this. So we're going to do Stagg Jr. batch 12 first. Don't forget to swirl.
Oh, and by the way, we uncovered that it's, unless you're ambidextrous, which maybe you could be, it's weird to swirl with your offhand.
Yeah, it is. It is. I got it.
Yeah, but my hands rotated completely how it wouldn't be. Anyway, so make sure you swirl was the point.
Yeah.
Whether you're right-handed, left-handed, or no-handed. Okay. Have someone swirl for you.
There you go. Yeah,
All
or
right.
use your feet, I guess.
I'm also gonna not this time spill it and do the whole coat the glass thing. Look, I didn't spill. I'm a professional drinker.
Batch 12, the nosening. Right off the rip, citrus for sure.
A little dark fruit, maybe blackberry.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Caramel notes. Catching them.
A little bit, but doesn't seem to be anything like the other Staggs that we've had, which is very interesting. Maybe that's why people like it.
The oak is really integrated into the smell, whereas like some of their Staggs, it's enough standalone.
Right. Yeah, and it feels almost purposeful in this, which is before. I mean, not that any of the oak that you get on any other Stagg is poor per se, but it's just maybe stands out a bit more.
And by the way, so obviously as you'll see on the B-roll that we put up, this was clearly a sample that we obtained. So we know it was opened, so we're not too worried about that being in, neck pour or anything. So
right.
I'm digging that.
There's a little bit of baking spice here too. It does smell kind of proofy to me at 132.3. A little surprising.
I'm digging that.
Smells good.
It is not like other Staggs.
It's really different from the other Staggs that I've had, and George T. Staggs, to be fair. All right. Ready to get into the taste?
Yeah.
Let's do it. It's a lot less citrusy in the flavor. In fact, it's like burnt caramel.
Still getting a figgy jammy character to it.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's
I
definitely
need a second sip here in a minute, but that first sip had similarities to other Staggs, but it's very standalone.
Finish is pretty long.
Mm-hmm.
It basically ended.
Beautiful baking spice at the back.
Yeah, the baking spices from the nose are definitely
Probably the
carrying
best
through.
baking spice on Stagg I've had in a long, not the best, but among the best.
Yeah, I'm typically not looking for that in Staggs.
But I'm happy it's here.
Yeah, for sure. Again, this is not. If you were to put this in front of me blinded, I don't think that I would guess this is Stagg.
Be a benchmark, right?
Yeah, maybe a benchmark.
Kidding. That's kind of rude, actually.
Is it?
I don't know. We'll have to find out at some point. Wink. Oh, I'm getting more of that integrated. Okay. Second sip's pulling together a little better for me.
Second sip is definitely more baking spice for me.
Mm-hmm. But I'm also getting some more of that integrated sweetness with the barrel you expect.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that one gave me a hug.
A huge hug. I don't know why it was bigger the second time around.
That is strange. Normally, I don't really experience that.
On to the Luekens store pick. And again, as always, swirl. Swirl.
Oh my. Oh my.
Now this is a Stagg.
This is what you think of when you think of Stagg.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me rephrase that a bit. This is what you think of when you think of more recent releases of Stagg.
Agreed. This is way more oaky on the nose. Like, this is a lot of
It
oak.
almost smells more like aged oak.
Agreed.
That is, I don't want to give too much comparison right now, but the batch 12 kind of just has an oak flavor to it. This smells like it's actually aged oak.
I would guess this is probably older just from that oak character, but who knows? It is single barrel.
No way
so
to know.
yeah, there's really no way to know.
Getting classic caramel. Again, that oak smells aged.
It's
I
really
still get a hint of an orange or a lemon.
yeah, for sure. Lemon, I'd lean lemon.
Lemon zest, not full lemon juice.
Lemon zest, a little bit of cinnamon in there, a little bit.
It's starting to emerge. It's a baking spice. I don't know. I think it's gonna be more on the palate, if I had to guess.
All right, I gotta get a taste in this.
All right, let's go. Oh, there's some cinnamon.
Yeah, it's pretty cinnamony.
We should actually probably put a translator up for people if they've never heard it say cinnamon before.
Cinnamon means cinnamon.
Yeah.
That's it.
Whoa.
The retro nasal is pretty awesome.
Whoa.
The retro nasal is super cool.
It's not red hots, but it's big cinnamon.
It is big cinnamon.
Whoa.
And you know me, I like cinnamon.
Whoa.
It's really cool. The finish is also extremely long.
I gotta get a second sip to see what happens.
Also, I think it coats the mouth a little bit better as well, personally.
There's no doubt this is more oily.
Yeah. It's also sweeter. It just feels bigger.
Whoa.
There's also a little hint of that mash bill #1 oak funk, just a little bit. So how do you feel about this? This is an aside. Maybe it tips our hand a little bit, but how do you feel about this particular store pick comparatively to the last two that we did?
This is among my favorite store picks.
I agree.
Unfortunately, that probably tells people that this is a very strong contender.
Yeah.
I don't mind saying that at this point.
It's very good.
But we still have the A-B to go. We've seen things turn around in A-B very quickly. It's time for the classic A-B. So we're gonna go left hand first, which is the batch 12. In our right hand, we also have the Luekens pick. B, B, A, B. All right, let's go. A.
Whoa.
Chocolate. Where'd the chocolate come
Why
from?
does this happen to us every time?
And
oh
then
my God.
Come to be. Whole.
Dude,
You got the chocolate too. The chocolate roast notes.
it's like,
Maybe burnt caramel?
yeah,
Where you're going? I could go there
I think
versus
it's
chocolate.
super
I could go back there,
caramelly
yeah.
to me, which is what I got earlier though. I did get that, but
I could
this
go
is,
back there.
It is heavy now.
But come back here. Come back here for
God,
me.
I
Hold on.
can't. This smells so good.
Right, but come back.
Okay, all right.
I want first reaction.
What
go.
the fuck?
Go. First reaction.
What is this? It's fruity.
It is. I'm gonna say something really interesting. If I were just if we were to have this experience, I were to waft these for you on the Luekens pick.
It's like maple syrup dip dates.
Okay, so that's kind of where I was going. I've had similar notes from Willet before.
Sure.
Weird.
What the fuck?
Just goes to show you when you have that. When we took a little water break.
All right, there we go. There it is. Back to normal. I was so confused. Now I'm getting heavy citrus. I was like, what? Why is this so sweet all of a sudden?
There's a little grape in batch 12.
A little bit. A little Willet in there.
Skin.
Or a little
Little
107 per ounce. Did they put some wheat in this one by accident?
Hope not. I don't know. Maybe they made a happy accident.
No, the citrus is still heavy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. And that's the primary note. Once you take a deep draw, it's the primary note at the top of your nose.
All right, so that was interesting.
Wild.
Let's taste these. So, batch 12 first.
I think it's taking us on a ride.
It's still really citrusy and definitely has more baking spice now.
It's taking us on a ride. There is also still, I perceived a little grape that last time. I got that there. Maybe I put that in my own head.
It's just,
It's bright. It's brighter than most.
it is brighter than most, but it's also a little dry.
Oh, astringency, sure.
Yeah,
I
there's
can
like
do
a
that.
mid palate, late palate dryness there from astringency from the oak, which is weird because the oak isn't super dominant as we talked about. It was pretty integrated. That's interesting.
I don't know.
All right.
Just like I felt I got the grape in the first one, this is what I imagine. And again, mash bills and everything aside, right? Okay. This is what I imagine 107 tastes like out of the cask.
Oh yeah, I would love to try that.
Anyway, that's aside. So, what do you think on Luekens only? We'll save our pick for a second.
I think it's definitely It's definitely cinnamon and oak. Sweeter than the batch 12. Very different.
Would you say there's a clear winner here?
I would, yeah.
Okay, I would too. It's gonna be interesting.
It is going to be interesting.
Are we gonna do the say it at the same time thing?
I think we should.
All
I
right.
think we should. So
it's either gonna be batch or barrel pick.
yeah.
That's what you say.
Right.
I'm gonna count down 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
We're gonna go. You ready?
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Barrel pick. Hey, we broke the tie.
That was super easy in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, batch 12 is a very interesting animal. I don't want to take anything away from it at all.
No.
Excellent. Now, you put it in front of me. I'm not sure I guess it's Stagg either.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
Right.
I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I like Stagg. So when I'm looking for Stagg, I kind of just want Stagg. This is not what I expected.
I've only had one of the barrel pick I'd put up to rival this one. So maybe we happen to catch a barrel pick that was just exceptional as well.
Also possible. I'm sure there's some other ones that are, fantastic. I know the one Nate is referring to, and I would agree. It's also great. Probably would have won this as well.
Right.
So
unfortunately, that got all drank.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
So the reason why we picked the Luekens pick, I think to go up against batch 12, and for full disclosure, neither of us have ever had batch 12. So, and he hadn't had this pick yet either. So really, I was the only one going into this picking it for this fight, is because I know my flavor profile pretty well. And when once I tasted this and knowing what it was, it had a pretty large cinnamon profile, I knew it was probably going to fare pretty well. Not trying to make it beat batch 12, but I did want to give it a running shot, like a head start if I could, just because everyone says how great batch 12 is.
If you don't like cinnamon, this is reversed easily.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to like citrus if you want to batch 12, and you got to like cinnamon if you like this Luekens pick. But I happen to like cinnamon, so.
And I think there's a slight oak difference, but that wasn't a major factor for me. It was just that this gave me a amped up prototypical Stagg profile in the Luekens pick.
Correct. Yeah, with a little bit more oak, I think, amped up as well. But for those of you keeping track at home, this was the finale, and that was a point for barrel pick. So there you have it. The barrels actually ended up winning it out in the end. I honestly didn't know that was going to happen.
Down the middle for honesty.
Right. And of course, your mileage is going to vary.
A lot.
Whatever store pick you get. But you know what that says, I think, to me, is that the batches they're great.
Right.
When you see them, pick them up. If you enjoy that profile, you're probably going to like it. And it's probably going to be pretty consistent, because turns out Buffalo Trace knows what they're doing.
Imagine that. They've only been doing it the longest. So, hey.
Right. Yeah, exactly. If you thought this was super interesting, and you really like Stagg, like we do, would you be interested perhaps in seeing a blind flight of all of these Staggs? Let us know in the comments below.
So James said he prefers the barrel pick. I said I prefer the barrel pick in this particular battle of Staggs with our Buffalo Trace barrel versus batch, which is now concluded. However, the series may not be over entirely. We may go beyond Buffalo Trace. Let's see.
Comment down below if you think we should.
And then, what you need to know is this has been barrel versus batch pick for you.
For you.
Batch, mother.
No, barrel pick.